We're here at Windy Gillette getting ready for Saturday's divisional round showdown between the top-seeded Patriots and the fourth-seeded Texans. After the Patriots enjoyed a bye week, they will be ready for some playoff football. And we're going to talk about some keys to them, I guess, not getting upset, Adam.
Right. A major upset, 16 and a half points.
Yeah, they're a huge favorite. And I think one of the ways to basically keep that kind of keep the underdog out of the picture is to start fast.
Right.
Score right away.
I think that's something they've been good at lately. If you look at the Dolphins game, a place where they usually don't play well, they jumped out to a huge lead early. I think, especially against the Texans, you want to be able to make them one-dimensional. If you force them to have Osweiler, make him sort of try to beat you, then you're in a better position than otherwise.
Yeah, no question. You definitely want Osweiler to start throwing the football around and make him try to beat you. Secondly, you want to keep Brady upright and healthy. We saw in the Texans game against the Raiders, Jadeveon Clowney was a force. I mean, he made Connor Cook's life miserable. He was a disruptive force, whether it was, putting him down with sacks or just getting in the way. You don't want him getting in the way of Brady. We've seen in the past that Brady can be disruptive. We saw it in the Broncos game last year.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think you might see certain instances this week where you keep a tight end in to block, an extra running back, not go out and to catch passes. I think, you have to be aware of him. You have to be aware of Whitney Merciless, who also had a great game against Oakland. As a whole, the offensive line has been better at communicating in general. So I think they're more apt to have a good game against a front like this than they were at this point last year, but it's still something you have to keep an eye on.
Well, if they thought that it was going to be a picnic because J.J. Watt wasn't here, look, Clowney's been terrific this year, and as you said, Whitney Merciless, they can get to the quarterback, so the offensive line basically has to do what it's been doing all year. And finally, and I'm sure Bill Belichick has been talking about this, turnovers. The Patriots lose the turnover battle. That's a recipe for an upset. During the year, I think they put the ball on the ground 29 times. They only lost it, I think, 7 times. But again, that's more luck than anything else. If they're going to start fumbling and cause turnovers where the Texans can, convert those into points, that's trouble.
Right, and if you look at the first game between these two teams, 3 turnovers on the Texans side is kind of what helped turn the game into the Pats' favor. I mean, anytime you have short fields to work with, the Texans aren't the type of team where you're going to be afraid of them going 90 yards. But if they only have to go 20 to 25, then you're in trouble. And also, if it happens early in the game, like you said, with a fast start, you give them confidence. It's a big momentum changer anytime you get a turnover. So, and I think in the last 5-6 games, the Texans really have improved their turnover margin. It's something to keep an eye on, especially when you guys got the type of pass rushers that the Texans have with Clowney and Merciless and those guys. It can, if Brady fumbles and, they have a short field, the Texans can be in the game a lot quicker than, most people expect.
Even with all that said, the Patriots have had their game faces on since the bye week. We're not expecting the Texans to come in here and pull off an upset. But, they still have to play the games, and we'll see what happens after Saturday night.